Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises that's due to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakadash. Next, double honors to the elder bishops, elder apostles, and the men on down at GMS that do rule well. Shalom to you, beloved Akim, and shalom to you, few sincere sisters. Okay, so I want to do a quick land back lesson from yesterday's Unity Camp with the Zaquanium, with the elder, okay, and the rest of the Akim. Okay, so the spirit was heavy, and I was going to dip off and do a sidebar lesson, but the spirit was so heavy that I just stayed with the Akim and stayed with the Zaquanium and just, just kept it rolling. I didn't want to depart. But, Slakia, it was already on my spirit to bring out a lesson going into what we was going into yesterday at camp, okay? Which basically is Armageddon, okay? Babylon the Great is literally, as we know, on a precipice, on a brink of WW3 Armageddon, man, okay? The Lord is going to put his spirit on these heathen nations to rise up against Babylon the Great, man. Okay, we see the madness that Trump has been doing anyway with, blowing up Venezuelan boats and ships, trying to say that it's due to narcotics and drugs and stopping their, their commute through air. Okay, so he's been shutting down their air bases and just all this other madness that he's doing, man. But we know ultimately this is biblical prophecy, man. We know ultimately the Lord is putting the spirit on these nations and on Trump to do what they're doing, man. Okay, so all this stuff is going to lead to Armageddon, man. Okay, we know once the big bear Russia get involved with this, man, lights out, game over. Okay, so I just brought out Obadiah 1 and 7. So let me go ahead and just grab a few precepts and just land back off what we was going into the other day. Okay, I can't. No, it was just the spirit was very, very heavy, man, and I just couldn't leave. I just couldn't leave. All right, but this is the book of Jeremiah 51 and 1, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind." What's that destroying wind, man? That's from the nuclear, thermonuclear wind that comes from the explosion, okay? From the thermonuclear ICBMs, man, okay? That's going to be that destroying wind. 2, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So the Lord is not playing, man. Okay, listen, Babylon the Great, the sins have reached up onto the heavens, man. And the spirit was heavy. And it's crazy, but it's not crazy that we was going into this because it was already on my spirit to bring this lesson out anyway, going into this, man. Because we could see, okay, us with eyes to see and with ears to hear, we can see that we literally on the brink of WW3 Armageddon, man. Okay, we see the technocracy digital system getting ready to get rolled out. We see everything is starting to go digital. We see what they're doing on other parts of the earth, okay, where they're making digital things mandatory, all right? With these digital IDs, okay, with these real IDs, these digital IDs and everything, starting to go digital, man. Okay, we see the US dollar losing its value day in and day out. And we see they're in the process and in the transition of ushering in this new digital system, man. So everything is going in chronological order. But let me go ahead and continue to get this. Let me go back a little bit here. All right. And this is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 14. And it reads, Put yourselves in array against Babylon. Round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahweh. There you go, man. I'm gonna just leave it there. There you go. Okay, so the Lord's gonna put His Spirit on these heathen nations, man. All right, North Korea, Russia, okay, China, and all the other surrounding nations, man, and they're gonna all come together. I just brought out Obadiah 1:17, and all the places that seemingly is at peace with Babylon the Great, Trump and United States of America. Listen, everybody's gonna come together on a low, okay, and rise up against Babylon, man. Why is the Lord going to allow this to happen? For everything that Esau, Edom, okay, has done to the children of Israel, man. All right, because we don't have any military might. We can't fend for ourselves. So the Lord is going to put His Spirit on these other nations and make them fight each other, man, according to the book of Joel. We're pursuant to the book of Joel 3 and 2, okay? And pretty much that whole chapter, I mean, especially the beginning, the openings of that chapter, man, of Joel, all right? So let's go ahead and get this, Salaki. What do I want? Let me grab, bear with me, Israel. I know I want to grab a little bit of Zechariah. And I'm grabbing it all out of my sword right now. I'm directly in my sword right now, so just bear with me, Israel. Okay, so we're seeing it. Now is not the time, even if you're not even involved with these politics, you don't have to be a politics expert or anything like that, but it's not the time to be sitting back being ignorant. You have to be looking and watching what's going on the earth, man. Okay, so you can match it up with biblical prophecy, man. You have to be able to know what's going on in the Middle East and what's going on with these devils in power, man. Okay, and you just can't believe anything they say. Scriptures tell us not to trust our enemies, man. Okay, we know we are still in the land of our captivity, and we are still in the land, okay, of our enemies, because Esau, Edom is in rulership. Okay, even though this is Gad's land, this is the northern kingdom's land. Esau, Edom is obviously ruling over it. All right. Now, what do I want out of Zechariah, man? Salakia. This is Zechariah 14, okay, and 12, and it reads, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths," man. So this is what's going to be happening. Okay, this is what's going to be happening to all of our enemies, man. Okay, it's going to be eyeballs melting in people's faces, tongues disintegrating in people's mouths. Okay, there's their flesh melting off their bones, man. Listen, the Lord got a horrific judgment, okay, for the 2/3 of our nation, and for these Edomites and these rest of these and these heathens, man. They all got to get this work. They all got to get this. There's nothing good coming for Babylon the Great, man, as we know it. Okay, these other heathen nations, man, is deceiving these people here. Okay, we know the Lord did not come to bring peace but division, and this place is more divided than ever before. Okay, the left versus the right, the men versus the women. Okay, Egyptian versus Egyptian, kingdom versus kingdom. Listen, Satan's kingdom cannot stand if Satan himself is casting out Satan. Okay, it just can't work like that. It's not gonna stand. Scriptures tell us a kingdom cannot stand that is divided. All right. Now, this is the book of Numbers 35 and Salaki. I caught a little cold over the weekend. You know, being around so many people. You know, it just happens. It's inevitable. You can't always avoid it. All right. This is the book of Numbers 35 and 33. One of my absolute favorites, and I must be allowed to grab it. And it reads, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are for blood. It defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." Okay, so it's indignation to come, okay, for all of the atrocities and all of the unspeakable things that Esau, Edom have done to the children of Israel, man. All right, to the Gadites, to the northern kingdom, okay, and then to us, obviously, us southern kingdom, okay, the quote unquote Black Americans, the quote unquote Haitians, and the quote unquote Jamaicans, man. Okay, and the Latinos and the Native Americans, the children of Israel all together. Okay, this land is polluted, it's defiled, It's blood all up. It's blood all within the trees, the land, the grass. Okay, it's just, it is all from the children of Israel, man. Okay, this place got nothing but blood all over it, man. It's defiled, man. Okay, you can't build a place. You can't build a kingdom on rape, robbery, murder, and just countless atrocities and think that it's going to last forever. Every kingdom falls eventually. Okay, and we are at that point where Babylon the Great is literally falling. If you got eyes to see it and ears to hear the men of the Lord, okay, give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, we almost out of here, man. Now, let me go ahead and get this. I'm going to go ahead and grab it out my tablet. Salakia, bear with me. Israel. I don't Ratazah, this land back lesson is edifying and exhortating to the hopeful elect. Salakia, let me get it out my tablet. It's running kind of weird right now. But yeah, man, this is what's happening. This is what's going to come. And let me go ahead and grab this because it's been a while since actually, it wasn't. It hasn't been. I feel like I've been bringing this precept out a lot lately. I feel like, but let's go ahead and get it again because it's befitting. It's very befitting for this lesson. Now, it's the book of Malachi 4:1, and it reads, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." Stubble is the remainings of something that was burned up. Okay, yeah. "And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." There you go, man. So there's nothing coming to Babylon the Great but fire. Okay, that's the cleansing agent the Lord is going to use, okay, to wipe Babylon the Great off the face of the earth, man. Okay, and he's going to beam up his elect of the children of Israel. Adam Ratazah, we be of that number. Okay, what do I want next? All right, let me go ahead and let me be allowed to grab this. Let me get this. Yeah, man, we can see it happening. We can see all of the smoke brewing up. Okay, we see Putin been wanting to smoke with Babylon the Great. Putin been sending out warnings and just flexing on Trump, man. Because listen, Babylon the Great is no longer the big bully no more, man. Nobody is afraid of Babylon the Great no more. There was a point in time where the United Snakes of America was the big bully. Everybody was afraid because because of how powerful the military is here. How many weapons of mass destruction this place can produce. This place has. Okay, but it's no longer like that no more. All right, it is no longer like that. Scriptures tell us, okay, the weak came together and saying that we are strong now, and that's exactly what's happening. Which is why, hence, there's just no, they can't just go up in Venezuela and just bully them around. Yes, they did bomb them, but they can't do exactly what they want to do because they're afraid of the collateral damage. Because Venezuela do have allies, man, that'll back them up, and they got nukes, man. All right. Now, this is the book of 2nd Esdras 15:10, and it reads, "Behold, my people was led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." Okay, and we know Babylon the Great, United States of America, is the modern day Egypt, man. Okay, it's just that simple. The Lord is not going to allow us to suffer here that much longer, man. He's been hearing the sighs and cries of us. All right, so this is why all of this is happening. Armageddon is here. We are on the brink of it. It's closer than ever before. I'm gonna grab this in closing. This is the book of Joel. Salakia. Joel. Salaki. Let me get it. 3:16, and it reads, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. There you go, man. Hope it was edifying and exhortating. I'm going to go ahead and close out and give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, shalom till next. Shalom.